Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining me for another Chuck Chat. You should be able to see my screen. We'll get ready to go here. I always like to start off with a little humor. It's July the 4th, the only day of the year you might actually see a young person look up from their cell phone. And I just blew my entire Social Security check on fireworks. Yep, got 2 sparklers and a bottle rocket. It's really hot out there, folks. We wanted to have a picnic, but the plastic forks all melted. A 4th of July planning tip. This year, throw veggie burgers on the grill, and next year, someone else will host the cookout. Noise canceling headphones. It's like this every July the 3rd. The cats and dogs are all freaking out because of the fireworks on the 4th of July. Our puppy did that as well. Wow, told you it was hot enough to cook an egg on the man's head. I poked him, not even so much as a giggle. The Pillsbury Dough man is laying on the street baked. You'd think he would have known enough to stay out of the heat. That's hot, folks. So COVID-19 in Westminster. No active resident cases currently. We have 1 associate testing positive for the virus, recovering at home in quarantine with no symptoms. We are using a COVID-19 tracker analysis based on state, county, and community performance. We have a 3-phase plan for reopening based on community, county, and state performance with COVID. Our state and county continue to trend up. The intent was each reopening phase to last about 4 to 6 weeks. Unfortunately, we'll not move into next phase through at least July and August and possibly longer. We are still actively in phase 1. What does phase 1 mean? Staff-led and resident-led activities of 10 or less are okay with social distancing and mask in place. Amenities open with social distancing and mask in place. Small group meetings of residents okay, no more than 10, social distancing and mask in place. Limited outside visitation at assigned areas from spouses, partners, significant others. However, attorneys allowed with scheduled appointments only 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., limited to 1-hour visit with mask and social distancing in place. Limit 1 per week. Healthcare center is still closed to visitors except end of life or resident wellness. Carry out is available at the Laurel Dining Room, slowly expanding menu as able. We're actually looking at adding some breakfast options for carry out starting in August. Housekeeping services to include bathrooms, kitchens, and bed linen changes. This is the COVID-19 tracker results for Texas, and you can see that this highest that we have been, over 8,000 cases, occurred July the 4th. So we're still doing terribly as a state. We've been able to keep it out of Westminster. Please continue to follow our protocols and our restrictions. This is a cumulative of all of the cases in Texas to this point, and we're just now exceeding 200,000 cases. Just a reminder, please do wear your mask like this, with your nose and your mouth covered. And it should go from your chin to the top of your nose. Don't wear it like this. Don't wear it like this. Don't wear it just covering your mouth. Don't wear it as a chin strap or chin protector. Make sure that you are wearing it like this all of the time. Construction update. I think I've shown this slide before, but just to give you an idea, they are putting these fences up probably today. And then also this fence, which this is where the Carlisle is going to be dug. And then while they're doing this work in front of the healthcare center entrance, the Windsor North entrance, they'll be maintaining this path for us to go and have our deliveries and use for drive-through capability. We will not have any access to this area for about 8 weeks. The courtyard is still accessible to the residents. There is a construction fence that is being or has been placed this week. You can see that here. Still, the majority of the Windsor courtyard is usable space. This construction timeline, just the first 8 weeks. Install water lines in front of the healthcare center entrance, demo existing site, install new parking and drive in front of healthcare center entrance, and prepare for move of the transformer and generator, utility connections on the west side of the Windsor, and moving utility and water connections. That's the purpose of all this work. This is what we should get when we're finished with the healthcare center entrance. We will pick up all of these parking spaces, which will help with healthcare center visitors a lot. And then you can see the water line that's being moved, or actually being built around to protect. This is again just a larger view of the Windsor courtyard, just showing you all that you are still able to use the majority of the courtyard over the next 3-4 months. The Windsor North lobby, the healthcare center entrance is closed. Marketing entrance is being used as a primary entrance for healthcare center and assisted living. Associate and visitor overflow parking has started at the State Supported Living Center on 35th Street. Shuttles are running continuous trips every 15 to 20 minutes, and that's going well. Residents should not need to use it, however. You shouldn't have to park off-site. This is where the trip will take you if you were to take the shuttle. Our associates every day are taking it, and it takes you from Westminster, of course, down Jackson Avenue, 35th Street, and then to the State Supported Living Center. You go through their main drive all the way back to the south end of their campus. It takes about 10 minutes to go there, and then 10 minutes to get back if it's normal traffic. So our parking area is down here on the map. We did have a real groundbreaking with our 2 most tenured associates, Carolyn Murray, who works in environmental services and has worked here for 36 years, and Scott Thompson, our accounting assistant director, has been here 38 years, and both of those folks joined us leadership team members and broke ground officially for the Carlisle, and we'll add this to our charter members experience, and we'll send that out. Small videos were recorded of each, and I believe Ruth will be playing those on the 1890 as well. You may have received a J.D. Power survey on senior living in our community. This is an independent national survey. We have no control over who receives the survey and did not provide a list to them. They randomly selected by a list obtained from an outside provider. Please complete the survey and send it in if you're able. We were really proud to be ranked #1 last year, and we would love to achieve that again. Thanks for considering filling out this survey. Again, we didn't have any control over who gets the survey. They were sent to several thousand people that are living in senior living, and it's ranking us compared to other senior living communities. So please consider filling it out if you're able. If you need help, please reach out to us and we'd be happy to help you. Might be some questions about, or you may have noticed, this big ugly machine sitting at the back of the Windsor. I'm sorry, the back of the Preston. What is it? It's a mobile chiller that we had brought in to provide air conditioning for the Preston building. Our main chiller went offline, and the second chiller that we used for backup couldn't keep up with the heat load of 100+ temperatures. So we had this mobile chiller brought in. The main chiller is being worked on and will be worked on significantly tonight, and hopefully we'll be back online tomorrow. But we have this chiller for the month if we need it. And I just thought it was a safety precaution. There was no way that our smaller chiller could keep up with the heat demands on a week like this, where we're in excess of 100 degrees. So better safe than sorry, and it's been doing a really good job. It's quite ugly and it's in the way, but it's working well. July the 8th, questions and answers. What is the recommended mask etiquette when we are outside? And I will say again that we recommend highly recommend following the CDC's recommendations and wearing your mask even when you're outside and while maintaining social distancing standards at all times, at least 6 feet. Please wear your mask properly, covering your mouth and nose when outside of your apartment all the time. And if you don't, we are going to tell you to go back to your apartment and put a mask on. Can we eat with our scheduled visitors or with small groups of residents? No, I'm sorry, but visits and small group gatherings should be done with mask in place at all times and while maintaining social distance. Eating together is not allowed at this time. There's no way to eat with your mask on. I have tried, it doesn't work. Why is the Arbor Healthcare Center still not allowing visitors except end of life or resident wellness? And I've said this before, but the healthcare center is our most vulnerable population and is also regulated by the Center for Medicare Services, the Texas Department of Health and Senior Services, and the governor have directed nursing homes to restrict visitors except for end of life or resident wellness. There has been a lot of reference to the isolation area in the Arbor. Are there designated staff to treat only those patients? Yes, there is staff dedicated to work that wing as needed. We are treating all in that wing as if they are carrying COVID-19 as a precaution. So our staff dons personal protective equipment every time a resident in that wing, in that isolation wing, receives treatment or care. If there is a positive case, we will dedicate staff to, and this will be volunteer basis, but we'll dedicate staff to specifically work with the COVID positive resident. Luckily, we haven't had that happen. Is Westminster implementing restrictions on off-premise residents? Yes, all off-premise residents are being isolated when they come back to Westminster and tested for COVID-19. They will remain on isolation until they're cleared. All off-premise residents should be coordinating visits with Robin Aiken's office. Key fobs will be deactivated as needed to ensure compliance. So if you know of a resident that's off-site, they should be contacting Robin Aiken's office before they come to our campus. When will phase 1 end? Unfortunately, I don't know the answer to that question. I can't give you a specific date. I can tell you that based on our tracking numbers for the state of Texas and for Travis County, July and August, we will stay in phase 1. And if necessary, I may revert back to an earlier phase where we don't allow outside visitors at all, and we are even more restricted and we don't allow carryout, things like that. But because we've been doing well as a community at Westminster, we're in phase 1 and we'll stay there. Sorry, I can't give you a direct answer for that one. When will marketing start work with charter members to consider choices? I'm getting this question again. I had talked about it previously, but this will start in the next few months, most likely in September. We've hired an associate named Tessa that will be helping with that. We will prioritize the Windsor Addition apartments first, as they will be completed first. And that should again happen starting in September. Can you remind us of the items that we can recycle through our single source recycling system? This has been an ongoing debate. Antonio has done some research, and we're going to be providing you an updated information sheet early next week with this information. And so hopefully we can solve the confusion. That's all the questions. So we go into update. Starting Wednesday, July the 1st, we have resumed some of the staff-led exercise classes in Harrisville Hall. We will no longer offer exercise classes in the Windsor Courtyard. A couple reasons for that: it's hot, and the Windsor Courtyard is starting to have construction work. The classes are limited to no more than 10 at this time. Social distancing and wearing masks appropriately is required to participate. You must sign up for every class you plan to attend in the activity book located in the Preston lobby. Residents can sign up for classes there. We will continue to play all exercise classes that are currently on 1890. and that's been a request from many residents. Carlisle expansion, construction has begun. Off-site parking is available at the Austin State Supported Living Center off of 35th Street. Shuttles running 15 to 20 minutes. The Arbor Healthcare entrance we talked about, but it's shut down. The primary entrance for the Windsor and healthcare and assisted living is the marketing entrance. The same screening and temperature checks are necessary. Just some reminders, be careful of scams, including a scam claiming to be Amazon and that your account has been hacked. This is a scam. Don't give them any of your private information, especially bank account information or social security numbers. Be careful out there. There's a lot of people trying to scam right now. Please wear your name badges when you're out about the community. Please maintain a social distancing standard of 6 feet. Please wear your mask properly at all times. Please don't pull down your mask to talk to others, especially the receptionist. We can hear you through the mask. Please wash and or sanitize your hands very often. Please return all carts to their original location. If you need assistance, please call reception desk to pick them up. Your neighbors need to use the carts too. And also, garbage and recycle collections only occur on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. Please do not place trash or recycling outside your door on other days of the week. Please use the trash chutes on those days, on the other days. On Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, please use the trash chutes. Don't set trash outside your door. I promised to talk about the Westminster Writers Journal. Please submit your creative works. Everyone has a story to tell: poetry, fiction, creative, nonfiction, memoirs, etc. Please submit your poems or whatever you happen to have, or sit down and write something and submit it. Can't type, don't have a computer, you need help, call Lori Humphreys at 716-581-0319. The submission deadline is August the 15th. Fall edition will be ready hopefully November the 15th. This is really great activity that we do here at Westminster, and the first one was a great success, and we hope to continue this. So please submit your works. Also, we're having our Alzheimer's kickoff event on July the 15th. There are luminaries that are available at the reception desk, and you can decorate them how you wish. Write loved ones on it. Write your hopes for yourself, our community, and the world on this bag. Bring your bag back to your receptionist by July the 13th, and all the luminary bags will lie in both of our courtyards the night of July the 15th. All monies will go to Alzheimer's Texas and supports our team. So please consider doing that. Just ask the receptionist and they'll be happy to help you. Stay safe, stay strong. Appreciate you all very much. Appreciate the kind thoughts and notes that you've been giving me. Stay safe out there. Thank you.